And welcome again, dear friends, to another edition of Fresh Bread. This is Reverend Phil Anderson here, pastor of Oakland United Methodist Church and Kansas Avenue United Methodist Church, right here in the capital city of Topeka, Kansas, good old T-Town, as we like to call it. And we are here today on Monday, March the 21st, 2022, a little bit rainy outside today, just getting these things off the ground. And looks like we're going to have a little rain this week. So we're appreciative of the rain. I hope it stays in the liquid form and we don't get the frozen precipitation. It seems like we've had a lot of that lately. And again, we're just delighted to have you spend a few minutes of your day with us here again on Monday, March the 21st, 2022. We've got a lot of different things we could do this week. I think I'm going to take us to a section of scripture that I think will be applicable for our lives and also for the upcoming services on Sunday, March the 27th. In this Sunday's gospel reading, which we've been maintaining the lectionary gospel selections throughout Lent. This week's is one that most of us have heard. But I'm going to read it today and we'll talk about it the rest of the week. And then maybe for Saturday, we can just play catch up on things that are going on around the church. So this will be taken from Luke chapter 15. Verses 11 to 32. And we notice the parable of the prodigal son. Then Jesus said, there was a man who had 2 sons. The younger of them said to his father, Father, give me the share of the property that will belong to me. And so he divided the property between him. A few days later, the younger son gathered all he had and traveled a distant country, and there he squandered his property in dissolute living. When he had spent everything, a severe famine took place throughout that country, and he began to be in need. So he went and hired himself out to be one of the citizens of that country, who sent him to his fields to feed the pigs. And he would gladly have filled himself with the pods that the pigs were eating, and no one gave him anything. But when he came to himself, he said, how many of my father's hired hands have bread enough and to spare, but here I am dying of hunger. I will get up and go to my father, and I will say to him, Father, I have sinned against heaven and before you. I'm no longer worthy to be called your son. Treat me like one of your hired hands. And so he set off and went to his father. But while he was still far off, his father saw him and was filled with compassion. He ran and put his arms around him and kissed him. Then the son said to him, Father, I have sinned against heaven and before you. I'm no longer worthy to be called your son. But the father said to his slaves, quickly bring out a robe, the best one, and put it on him. Put a ring on his finger and sandals on his feet. And get the fatted calf and kill it, and let us eat and celebrate. For this son of mine was dead and is alive again. He was lost and is found. And they began to celebrate. Now his older son was out in the field, and when he came and approached the house, he heard music and dancing. He called one of the slaves and asked what was going on. He replied, your brother has come, and your father has killed the fatted calf because he has got him back safe and sound." Then he became angry and refused to go in. And his father came out and began to plead with him. But he answered his father, "Listen, for all these years I have been working like a slave for you, and I have never disobeyed your command. Yet you have never given me even a young goat, so that I might celebrate with my friends. But when this son of yours comes back, who has devoured your property with prostitutes, you killed the fatted calf for him." Then the father said to him, "Son, you are always with me, and all that is mine is yours. But we had to celebrate and rejoice because this brother of yours was dead and has come back to life. He was lost and has been found." That, dear friends, is titled in this New Revised Standard Version, "The Parable of the Prodigal and His Brother." I kind of like that because I think it talks about both of them. Hey, if you want to hear more, let's talk about this great parable, which will be our main topic for Sunday, March 27th, 2022. We'll talk about this now the next few days on Fresh Bread. Hope to see you back tomorrow. Until then, may you have a great day. God bless you, and we'll talk to you tomorrow.